Okay, in this experiment, we are determining the amount of total suspended solids in parts per million. So that's milligrams per litre, which we know from the last experiment, through filtration. And then we're going to also use evaporation in A and B. And then the last part, standalone part, we're just measuring the pH of the sample of water. So in the first little section, all we do is we set up the Buchner flask with filter paper, and we're going to see how much of the solids are left on the filter paper after we pour through the water. So to get that, first of all, we need to measure the mass of the filter paper before any experiment is done on it. So that's going to give us our reference point. The mass of the dry filter paper after filtration. So once you put the liquid through it, it's now collected some solids along the way. We've let it dry out so that the water, the pure water, evaporates off of the filter paper. And we can see we're left with a higher number. So my one has gone from 1.2 grams and it's gone up to 1.88 grams. So there's amount of suspended solids on the actual paper now. So if we used 500 centimeters cubed, that would be 0.68 grams per 500 centimeters. And all I've done there is take this number away from this number. So the mass of the filter paper after the experiment before, and because I poured through 500 centimeters cubed, I can say that the 0.68 grams in 500 centimeters cubed. To bring that up to 1 litre, you just double this number, and I've got 1.36 grams per litre. So total suspended solids are in parts per million, which is milligrams per litre. So we're going to change grams to milligrams. So you're going to move the decimal place 3 to the right. So when you do that, you know, 1 jump, 2 jumps, and there's imaginary zeros all here. 3 jumps, 1,360 parts per million for section A. In section B then, you take your beaker and you evaporate anything off. So before we put water into the beaker, we need to take a reference point again, just like the filter paper. So my beaker was under 2 grams. Then once I put the water in and I evaporated all of the water out, this is what the weight, the new mass of the beaker plus the solids was. So if I subtract those two, I'll get just the solids. And that was only 200 centimeters cubed of water. We don't want to use too much because it will take a long time to evaporate, but we need a substantial amount so the percentage error is small. So if that's 200, I want to get into per litre for our concentration. So I'm going to multiply this number, whatever your number is, by 5 to get it up to how many grams would be in a litre. So that would mean the next section is going to be milligrams per litre. So again, you move it 3 spaces to the right. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be 750 milligrams per litre, 750 parts per million. Then the standalone part C is just the pH meter. So you would have put that into the water and taken a reading, and it should be around about 7. So 7.3 is what I got.